Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dome for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We are getting ready for tonight's doubleheader. Doc Stewart's down in Grants Pass for a twin bill against the Nuggets, and joining us, get a chance to talk with a little more of the coaching staff here tonight. Cody Watkins joining us, and well, Cody, it's been let's hit the last stretch here real quick as a coach in the dugout. It's frustrating. Definitely feels like an appropriate word for the way things went last week against Medford. But how have you kind of seen this team handle what has happened and try to move forward and grow from it?
You know, I think they've handled it pretty well. Coming off our stretch in Corvallis where we had a little bit more success than what we've had the last couple weeks or the last week or so. Kind of just finding our way back to what we were doing when we were hot. And I think the kids are starting to get that. You know, we've had a couple of just pretty much sit down and talks and just talk about baseball and talk about our approach and talk about what we're doing. And we just keep kind of touching back on what we were doing when we were hot, when we were in Corvallis, and, trying to get energy levels up and staying together as a unit and hopefully getting all that together so things start to come together a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. You've gotten into the coaching ranks now and from high school to Legion baseball, you've been in it for a little while. How big is the confidence piece of just being able to kind of build the confidence with the guys and hopefully get them to understand what they're capable of being able to do?
Yeah, I think confidence is just about everything in baseball. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things that, I've tried to do as a coach is try to bring out my best in my players as I can. Whether or not that's kind of, patting a kid on the butt here and there or, getting the kid even more jacked up than what he needs to be. It's kind of just playing that, that player by player situation and just kind of seeing where kids need you as a coach. And sometimes that is the confidence piece. They need somebody to tell them that they are good still, even though they just hit their 8th line drive in a row to the same position, telling them that to stick with what they're doing and continue and try to be as confident as possible. And yeah, the confidence piece is huge in baseball for sure. It's definitely huge. So
we're down to the final 8 games of the regular season, which is crazy to think that we're at this point in the year already. But important games for you guys where you're hoping to have a spot in the postseason. What's the message to the guys here in this going into this final week where, obviously you take on a team like Grants Pass who's down at the bottom of the standings as you look at it, and then you've got the challengers who are near the top. These are important games, and how do you get these guys ready for it?
So I think one thing we do real well as a coaching staff is try to preach the even keel approach. Mm-hmm. You never want to get too high in a season, and you never want to get too low in a season, especially with your competition levels. If you're facing a little bit better pitching or a little bit better defense, you can't get too high and you can't get too low. You got to stay at that nice even keel. So I feel like our approach all the way around is the same. Every time we go into a game, we're here for 2. We're here to play our best baseball against you, depending on what your record looked like or who you have on your roster. And so I think our approach is the same as it's been. Just a little bit added pressure or whatever you want to call it. I think our approach is just to stay even keel. Mm-hmm. Roll into a baseball game, play our best baseball we can, stay within ourselves, and hopefully come out on top. And it's been true the whole season for us. So.
I heard you guys talking about it in the dugout about how long you've been coaching with Coach Savage here during the summer from down at the single A level, and now I'm working up here to the triple A level. How do we kind of saw with Jeremiah in the previous regime that a coaching change might take a little bit for the kids to kind of adjust, but you guys kind of saw some of these guys maybe at the single A level and have been able to work with some of them. How do you feel like this first year has been going with the coaching change and getting a chance to work with these kids?
Yeah, coaching changes are always a little difficult. You have your kids that are immediately bought in, whether or not they had you previously or they just have that confidence with you right away. I think for us, we have a little bit of an upper hand because we were single A coaches before, so we saw all or most of these kids at one point or another in their previous lives. And so now we get those kids that are hopefully, bigger and stronger than what we saw them when we got them. And I feel like just that confidence piece within one another is there. They have confidence in what we're preaching to them, and they have confidence that we're putting them in the right positions to be successful. And I feel like that was, just a kind of little bit of that buy-in from having them at a previous time. But at the same time, just, having coaches in front of you that have kind of been there and done that. We're all, except, AJ, our American Legion AAA Doc Stewarts, and he was a AAA Mustang. So the confidence that our kids should have in us is there, I feel like, and they trust what we're doing and what we're preaching. And there's been humps and hills and divots and all kinds of good stuff, but I feel like it's been a smooth transition, so to speak, from Jeremiah to Coach Savage. So it's been a good one, I think.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing another good night out there for the Docs. Look for them to get back on track a little bit here against Grants Pass. Coach Watkins joining us. Thanks so much. I appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
And we are appreciative of Coach Watkins joining us there in the pregame. Coach Savage wanted to mix it up a little bit and give some of the other guys a little bit of airtime as well. His staff has been working hard in their first year together here at the AAA level, but obviously, as mentioned before, previous experience for those guys and working together at the single A level. Doc Stewart's again coming in at 12, 13, and 1 on the season, 3 and 5 in Area 4 play. They are looking to end a 4-game losing streak after losing 4 straight against Medford. As for Grants Pass, they've lost 5 straight, coming off of 4 games lost against the Klamath Falls Falcons this last week for them, and they are 14 and 7 on the season, 0 and 8 in league play. We are counting down towards first pitch of the matchup here tonight as the Doc Stewarts get ready to go. Coach Savage out there exchanging lineup cards with the umpires, as well as Coach Clay Reese for the Grants Pass Nuggets as we get this one ready to go. And, boy, just having all sorts of stuff happening going on here. Apparently 92.3 might be off the air right now. That's fun. And the video stream having issues. So, yeah, boy, I'm just loving life here. So there we go. The Doc Stewarts are taking on the Grants Pass Nuggets. I've lost my train of thought completely here. We're having all sorts of fun issues here tonight, and we will try to get our way through. I was trying to post something about the video stream on Facebook, and that's not having any success loading, and now fun going on with the radio side as well, too. Let's go ahead and pause for let's go and do a legal ID here real quick, and then we will come back and we'll do our final 2-minute break of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, and we will get you going here. So pause 10 seconds for a legal ID here on The Score. All right, we're just about ready to go. That'll wrap up the Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on The Score. We'll have your starting lineups and first pitch coming up when we return here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We didn't have national anthem, any starting lineups, as I expected that they would. Apparently they don't have anybody over there doing that. I don't have any lineup cards. So, folks, let's roll together here as we get this one underway. Apologize for the craziness of everything going on here, but yeah, this is small-town local radio for you here. At the plate, it's Brooks Avery that is leading things off for the Doc Stewarts. He fouled off the first pitch, now trying to lay down a bunt and fouled that one off as well. And so far, an 0-2 count. I believe there's no scoreboard operator, so, oh my goodness. Deep breath. We control what we can. 0-2 pitch, slapped right side. It's going to go right to the first baseman for Avery. He will fly out for the first out in the first inning, 1 away. So up next, going to be Carson Dunn for the Doc Stewarts. I don't. These are the days you wonder, is it all worth it? But I know it is. We are getting things underway here on a warm one in Grants Pass. 1 out for the Doc Stewarts in the top of the first. High and inside for a. Nope, got him. I was going to say a 1-0 count, but that one grazing the front shoulder for Carson Dunn. He will get on base. So if you are tuned in and you're finding us here, we appreciate you getting us on the radio. Please spread the word if you know anybody. Maybe send messages to family that might be here for the game or to let other folks know. We are hoping as a pickoff throw to first base, Carson Dunn picked off for the second out. Sooner or later, we'll get our feet underneath us here. So there's 2 down, nobody on base. Up to bat will be Cade Johnson now for the Doc Stewarts. Day started out so well. Feels like a Monday, I guess it is. Inside corner, called for a strike for Johnson. 2 away, nobody on base. Delivery is outside in the dirt. So Cade Johnson, a 1-1 count, I believe. Honestly, no scoreboard operator is killing me here. So I try to deal with a million different things at once, and you didn't tune in for my belly aching. So back to the game. A pitch here to Cade Johnson is grounded foul. That should at least be strike 2 for him. Here in the top of the first, Doc Stewart's on the mound, I believe, is Davis Carr for Grants Pass, missing inside. So a 2-2 count. Out of the windup, the right-hander for the Nuggets gets a foul ball out of Cade Johnson there. Here in the top of the first, 2 away. And it's outside. That must have been a full count pitch. And here's a walk issued to Cade Johnson. So there's a man on at first again with 2 away, and up to bat for the Doc Stewarts. I believe that's Daniel Withers that stands in. Low and outside for Withers. Ball 1. Daniel Withers batting in the cleanup spot for the Doc Stewarts. 1-0 count. Breaking ball hits the outside corner to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. One count for Withers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. On the mound, the right-hander for the Nuggets. Next pitch is called time before he's able to deliver in. Swing and a miss on the strike 2 pitch, and that'll wrap things up here in the first inning. Doc Stewart's get a couple of runners on base, but nobody gets past first. A strikeout to Daniel Withers will finish things off, and the Doc Stewart's no runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base in the top of the first. We will hopefully get ourselves situated here as this day wears on. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Back after this on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Well, we go to the bottom of the first inning, and we are going to rely on the numbers I have on the roster I was given from the tournament that the Docs were in earlier. Leadoff man for Grants Pass, I believe, was Anthony Pesqueda, who will ground out to shortstop Brooks Avery to begin things here in the bottom of the first. Welcome back to what we believe is Doc Stewart's baseball, but at this point, who knows what could be going on. We don't. I believe we're on the radio, as Grady continues to confirm for me, but anything could be possible right now. Evan Corbin on the mound will work in a strike, a 1-1 count to the number 2 hitter. Pulls one to right field. That's going to bounce in front of Drew Camp, I believe, out there for a base hit. So 1 out, 1 on for Grants Pass. Doing our best to try and keep up with what's happening on the field while I try and figure out everything else happening here in the booth. And who is that batting second in the lineup? That was number 2, who I believe is Caden Kunert. Pitch high for Evan Corbin as he now faces another lefty, and I believe that's Cole Carnes. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Carnes will step back in. Grounds one foul first base side. On at first base, Caden Kunert. Carnes will pull one down the right field line. Drew Camp, the lefty, will race towards the corner. Picks that one out of the air. Long fly ball down the right field side for Kunert. The two lefties, for Cole Carnes, the two lefties have gotten around on Evan Corbin and pulled it to right field. Kunert on with a single. Cole Carnes couldn't drop that in the corner. There's 2 away. That'll bring up the cleanup man, who I believe is Kellen Willer. The 0-1 pitch fouled away for strike 2. Man at first with 2 away and an 0-2 count against the cleanup hitter. Pulled left field. It'll drop in front of Sebastian Watson. Another base hit for the Nuggets here in the first inning. They've got runners at first and second with 2 away. And that'll bring up now the 5-hitter, another lefty for the Nuggets. Excuse me, he will walk to the other side. I took the assumption there. He's going to walk to the other side of the plate. Alex Elzy, who I believe goes by AJ. He will bat in the 5 spot with runners at first and second and 2 away. Swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Evan Corbin trying to keep this a scoreless game going to the second inning after the Docs go down scoreless in the top half of the first. Pitch popped up foul behind home for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. Logan Anderson. Plenty of time in his rhythm to fire to first to retire LZ. And that will do it for the bottom of the first inning. Doc Stewart's keep it scoreless as the Nuggets go down. After a couple of base hits, they leave them stranded. No runs, 2 hits, no Doc's errors. The 2 men left on. It's scoreless through 1. We'll take a 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Heading to the top of the second inning, let's get you a look at our sponsors are getting screwed over in this whole ordeal here. A look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. When you're looking to build the best defense for your home, give Cooper's Pest Control a call at 673-0363. So Brooks Avery led things off starting at short, followed by Carson Dunn in center field. Then Cade Johnson, who will start at third base, batted third, followed by Daniel Withers, who starts at first. Up to bat now will be Evan Martin, tonight's DH for the Doc Stewarts. Bats in the 5 spot. Fouls away the first pitch for strike 1. Martin will be our guest in between games here. As long as everything doesn't explode on me, you know, that the way things are going, it feels like that's completely possible. Martin will be our guest. We get a chance to talk to him here coming up in between games as we continue our player interviews with the Doc Stewarts. 0-1 pitch inside, a 1-1 count from the righty for the Nuggets. So you've got, as we continue through your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup, Evan Martin, Logan Anderson waiting on deck. Strike called against Martin. Got a 1-2 count. The pitch for the Nuggets starter. Popped up to center field. Drifting back. The Nuggets center fielder is there to make the catch to start things off here in the second inning. 1 away. Doc Stewart's Baseball Today brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. So Evan Martin, Logan Anderson up to bat with one out and nobody on base. First pitch well inside for a 1-0 count. Looking through the rest of the lineup, Sebastian Watson waits on deck. Following him is Knox Hubbard. And then Drew Camp. Knox is behind the plate today. And then Drew Camp in right field. We'll round out the starting 9. A pitch in for a strike. 1-1 for Anderson. And, of course, the DH being utilized for starting pitcher Evan Corbin. 1-1 delivery here to Logan Anderson with one out, nobody on. Takes outside in the dirt for a 2-1 count. Top of the second in a scoreless ball game. Ball fouled away. Evens things up for Anderson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, pulled left side. That ball is going to bloop and drop into left center field. Or excuse me, left field in shallow left field. And Logan Anderson will get on safely. He's got the first base hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Every first hit for the Docs this summer brought to you by MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. 1 on, 1 away. Sebastian Watson will dig in. I want to let everybody know that today's game is streaming online as a flip to second, a double play for the Nuggets. Sebastian Watson lines one to the shortstop. Logan Anderson had to hold. He thought that might get caught in the air, so he was barely on his way to second when the shortstop scoops that one up to turn a double play. 6-4-3 to finish off the top of the second inning, as Logan Anderson is out at second and then Watson out at first. A double play to finish off the top of the second. Back with the bottom of the second on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy. Go to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless ball game. Evan Corbin on the mound. First pitch is in for strike 1 to the 6-hitter in the lineup for the Nuggets. Pop one out to left field. Coming in, Sebastian Watson. The catch on the run for the first out. One away to begin things here in the bottom of the second. Bring up the 7-hitter for the Nuggets. First pitch is low in the dirt for Corbin. Pitch popped up, right side, foul territory. And Daniel Withers will make the catch, 2 away. So 2 down with nobody on base. Another lefty. Man, they are loaded with lefties in this Grants Pass lineup. First pitch called strike 1 to the 8-hitter. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So it's an 0-2 count with 2 down and nobody on. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Quick 1-2-3 inning there for Evan Corbin. And the Doc Stewarts will keep it scoreless as Corbin gets his first Mountain Mike's Pizza strikeout of the night. We are through 2 innings of play in tonight's ball game. It's tied 0-0 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Back for the top of the 3rd inning. Scoreless matchup here. After a 1-2-3 bottom of the 2nd for Evan Corbin, it'll be the 8-9 hitters coming up for the Doc Stewarts. Doc's Baseball brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? So Knox Hubbard, Drew Camp, and Brooks Avery, your scheduled hitters to begin the 3rd inning. Up to bat, Knox, the lefty, first pitch swinging, bloops one, left side, shallow. That's overrun by the shortstop. It drops in for a base hit for Knox Hubbard. And the Doc Stewarts will have their 2nd base hit of the game. Both have been a couple of bloop singles into shallow left field. One on, nobody out. That'll bring up Drew Camp. Camp, the lefty at the bottom of the lineup. Pickoff throw to first, not going to be there. Camp takes low for ball 1. One-zero pitch. Camp will lay down a bunt. That ball will go foul down the 3rd base side. To give him a 1-1 count. Doc Stewarts with 2 hits in the ballgame so far. Out on the mound, the right-hander for Grants Pass, trying to keep it a scoreless ballgame with the Docs getting a leadoff single. I believe that is Davis Carr on the mound. Pitch in the dirt. Camp will have himself a 2-1 count. Again, video streaming, we're having technical issues with that, so if you know anybody that usually watches, let them know how to listen to the game on the radio or online. As they square to bunt, taking for a strike, Camp with a 2-2 count. please let them know that they can listen on the radio, 92.3 FM or 1490 AM, or you can find it online at 541radio.com, and on the 541 Radio app, you can listen live to the score on either the website, on your computer, or on your smartphone. Squaring to bunt, Camp will put it down third base side, but that one foul again, and that will be an out on the bunt foul. So one away is Camp. Will foul out. One down, top of the order. Brooks Avery batting with Knox Hubbard still on at first. Line drive shot. Avery will get it over the second baseman into right field. Hubbard up to second. He'll stop there. Avery on with his first hit of the day. Third hit in the ball game for the Doc Stewarts. Runners at first and second. That'll bring up Carson Dunn. They play in at first base, expecting a possible bunt attempt here. Dunn obviously can lay down a good bunt. Two runners on base. In scoring position is Knox Hubbard. That is Davis Carr on the mound, it looks like, according to the Game Changer lineup card. A swing and a miss. A swing and a foul ball for Carson Dunn. Back to the backstop. Dunn was hit by a pitch his first time up, 0 for 0 in the game so far. So Davis Carr on the mound. It is Pesqueda, Anthony Pesqueda at third. This ball popped foul, is staying alive. Carson Dunn will be back in there with the 0-2 count.
Slow it down, smooth as fast.
0-2 pitch here for Carr. 2 men on and 1 away. Dunn fouls off another one, staying alive. Doc's trying to grab a lead here in the third. Scoreless through the first 2 innings between the two teams. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. I think Dunn thought he was rung up on that pitch. He'll get a little bit of a lifeline. Takes inside on the breaking ball for a 1-2 count. Carr. The 1-2. Dunn pops that one foul and out of play.
Come on, have fun out there. Let's go. Swing out here, kid.
So the battle continues, a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Dunn will go down for the second out. Strikeout, big one there for Davis Carr. His third in the ball game. There's 2 away. Cade Johnson will stand in. Doc Stewart's trying to grab the lead. They've got Knox Hubbard at second, needing a base hit. First pitch, popped up foul and out of play. Cade Johnson drew a walk his first time up and was left stranded at first. Doc Stewart's Baseball Today here on The Score, brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Breaking ball doesn't break. It will hit Cade Johnson to load up the bases with 2 away here in the top of the third. Doc Stewart's trying to take advantage of the opportunity given to him here by Davis Carr. Cleanup hitter Daniel Withers will stand in. First pitch low and outside to Withers. Daniel in the first inning struck out swinging. Bases loaded with 2 away. Big opportunity here for the Docs. That ball popped up out towards center field. Not very deep. The right fielder calling for it as that ball tails back to the alley. It's Cole Carnes to make the catch, and the Doc Stewarts threaten, but they cannot score. No runs on 2 hits. There were no no Grants Pass errors. 3 men left on base. So Doc Stewart's leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the third, scoreless on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Bottom of the third inning, Docs baseball brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. We'll have the 9-hitter leading things off for the Nuggets. Against Evan Corbin, a ground ball to short, scooped up by Brooks Avery, throw to first, got it. A little hesitation by the umpire. That was a close play, speedy down the line for Jace Elzey, I believe. And that is your first out here in the bottom of the third. Scoreless ball game. Both teams with a couple of hits, but neither team able to push or run across. Docs leaving the bases loaded in the top of the third. First pitch swinging for the top of the order. Anthony Pesqueda will launch one deep to center field. Bit of an adventure out there for Carson Dunn, but he does get underneath it for the second out. And there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Caden Kunert, who had a single to right field, a left-handed batter. He's 1 for 1 in the game. Grounds one, right side. And it gets by the outstretched glove of Logan Anderson for a base hit. Kunert now 2 for 2 in the ball game. He's pulled a couple of balls to right field. Gets on with 2 away, and the Nuggets so far have been swinging early in the at-bats against Evan Corbin. Corbin a quick worker, and the Nuggets have been working quick at the plate as well. First pitch, swing and a miss for Cole Carnes. The right fielder 0 for 1 flew out to right field. Another lefty back-to-back here at the top of the order. The 0-1 pitch outside, a 1-1 count. At first base, Caden Kunert after his 2-out single. Line drive shot will get into center field. And the runner putting an aggressive turn at second, but back to the bag. Kunert will stay there. That's the first hit for Cole Carnes right back up the middle. A couple of back-to-back 2-out singles for the Nuggets. Runners at first and second. Kellen Willer, he had a single to left field in his first time. He pops this one up right side. Should be playable for Drew Camp out there. He's underneath it, and the Doc Stewarts will get through the third. It's still scoreless in this one for Grants Pass. They will go down with no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Go to the top of the 4th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Scoreless game through 3 innings here. We'll take a look at the Area 4 standings as I'm starting to get my bearings a little bit straight here. Doc Stewarts will have Evan Martin, Logan Anderson, and Sebastian Watson due up to begin things in the 4th inning against Davis Carr on the mound, who has allowed just 3 hits so far to the Doc Stewarts. He has walked 1 and hit 2. Martin flew out to center field his first time. He'll swing and miss for strike 1. Medford and the Emerald Challengers, the Mustangs and Challengers squaring off in Medford today at Harry and David Field. They got an earlier start, and game 1 already in the books for that doubleheader for first place in the league standings. Pitch low and outside, 1-1. It was the Challengers getting a win 19-10 in game 1. They scored 10 runs in the first inning to get the victory there. So that'll close the gap for the Challengers, who were chasing the Mustangs to start out the day. Breaking ball. Martin gets underneath one, launches it to left field. That's over the head of Jay Selzy to the wall. Heading into second base will go Evan Martin for the first extra base hit of the day for the Doc Stewarts. That one over the left fielder's head to the fence, and he stands at second base to start things off for the Doc Stewarts here in the 4th. Extra base hits are brought to you by our friends at BTB Moving. They provide the labor services for your moving needs. They're veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. They'll work in Roseburg, Douglas County, and around the state of Oregon. So book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. 1 on, nobody out. Logan Anderson up to bat. He'll square to bunt, puts it down first base side. Falling down, the throw by Carr will get to first. Nice play as he lost his footing on the infield and just kind of slingshotted it over to first base. Got it to the bag for the out. A sac bunt for Logan Anderson. Up to third base goes Martin. 1 away with a man at third for the Doc Stewarts. Up to bat will be Sebastian Watson. He pops this one up. It's on the infield. This won't do the trick to bring in a run. Calling for it, the first baseman, Kellen Willer, will make the catch. And the Doc Stewarts with a golden opportunity to try and take the lead here in the top of the 4th now. They find themselves up against it. They'll look to Knox Hubbard to try and bring in a run. Knox with a single back in the 3rd. He had the first hit of the ballgame for the Doc Stewarts, which is always brought to you by MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. First pitch low and inside for Knox from Davis Carr, who has given up 4 hits now, but he's been able to pitch around it. 1-0 pitch outside. 2-0 count. Knox, his one hit back in the third was a bloop single to left field. He swings through for strike one. Here in the top of the fourth, tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit him at drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. 2-1 pitch outside. And Knox Hubbard ahead in the at-bat, 3-1. An opportunity to find a pitch to drive here with a man at third. Doc's wanting to take the lead here in the top of the fourth. The 3-1's inside. That's ball four for Knox Hubbard. He'll draw a walk. Gets on base for a second time. Last time he was on, he got stranded at second. He'll take the trip down to first. And that is the second walk issued for Davis Carr. It brings up Drew Camp. The catcher, A.J. Elzy, looking around the diamond defensively for the Nuggets. Elzy behind the plate. Kellen Willer at first. Ryan Diotti at second. On the left side, Anthony Pesqueda at third and Kellen Rapp at short. Get you the outfield, Jace Elzy, Caden Kunert, and Cole Carnes from left to right. First pitch, a chopper up the middle. It'll go to the second baseman, Diotti, who fields and steps on second to retire Knox Hubbard. And a leadoff double once again. Doc Stewart's an opportunity, cannot take advantage. They will leave two men stranded on base here in the fourth. No runs on one hit. There were no errors, and the two men left on. Still scoreless. So go to the bottom of the fourth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Back for the bottom of the fourth inning. Leading things off, Alex Elzy, I believe goes by AJ. Swings and sends one out towards shallow left center. A diving attempt knocked down by Carson Dunn, but he can't make the grab. And that'll be a bloop single for Elzy, the catcher for the Nuggets, getting on base for a first time here to lead things off in the fourth. Tonight's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg, or call them at 672-5701. One on, nobody away. Up to bat will be Ryan Diotti, lefty. Takes outside for ball one as he squared to bunt. Diotti, the second baseman, squaring early, lays down the bunt, third base side, fielded by Johnson. His throw to first will get the out. Up to second base goes Elzy as the Nuggets will execute the sacrifice bunt and put a man into scoring position. It'll be Kellen Rapp to bat next, the shortstop for the Nuggets. His first pitch takes low. That ball gets away, kicked off the shin guard for Knox Hubbard. So up to third base will go Elzy. Pass ball puts a man into scoring position at third now for the Nuggets as they try to grab the lead against the Doc Stewarts. Kellen Rapp popped out to first baseman Daniel Withers in the second inning. Pops one up here. This could do the trick to drive in the first run of the game. Carson Dunn makes the catch. He'll throw in. That throw is going to go too long, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Nuggets. 2 away, sac fly. Kellen Rapp will pick up the RBI, driving in A.J. Elzy from third, and the Nuggets on top here in the fourth. Brings up Davis Carr, the beneficiary of that run scored, the pitcher for this Nuggets squad. He's a left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. The fourth lefty in the lineup for the Nuggets. He pops one up on the infield, calling for it. It'll be Cade Johnson that'll take it. Brooks Avery right there with him. Happy to see the pair didn't collide on the left side of the diamond. Final outcomes, 1 out too late, as the Nuggets will capitalize on a leadoff single, and they bring in the go-ahead run. Grants Pass leads at 1-0 on 1 run on 1 hit, no Doc's errors, and nobody left on. We're through 4. It's 1-0. Grants Pass on top on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Going to the top of the 5th inning, Docs trail 1-0 against the Grants Pass Nuggets. Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. Well, the Nuggets are looking for their first win in league play. Doc Stewarts are trying to end a 4-game losing streak. Brooks Avery will lead things off. He takes low for ball 1. On the mound is Davis Carr. Carr out of North Medford High School. Ball pulled left field side. That ball is well struck by Avery. It'll one hop to the warning track. Died in the outfield grass. Picked up by Jace Elzy, and it's back-to-back innings where the Doc Stewarts will have a leadoff double. It's another extra base hit brought to you by BTB Moving. You can book them now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving if you need some help with your next move. Maybe you're just moving something to storage, or maybe you bought a new home. They can be there to help you out. They provide the labor services for your moving needs. Brooks Avery at second base. Top of the order here. Carson Dunn, the 2-hitter, will bat, looking to try and get his first hit. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. Docs with a man in scoring position. Nobody out for a second consecutive inning. Pitch bounces in the dirt. Avery will easily move up to third, and this is reminiscent of what happened for the Nuggets in the bottom of the 4th inning. A pitch that got away from the catcher, allowed the runner to move up 90 feet, and get to third, and that allowed a sac fly to bring in the go-ahead run for Grants Pass. Doc Stewart's now with nobody out and a man at third, a golden opportunity to try and get on the board. Carson Dunn will ground one to short. Kellen Rapp with it. We got a tie ball game, and in safely is Carson Dunn. Kellen Rapp takes too long to get it out of the hand, and the Doc Stewarts will have a runner at first, one run in, and nobody out still. First hit for Carson Dunn, and he picks up the RBI. So we've got a tie ball game, 2 hits here in the 5th inning. It's Cade Johnson who's been on base with a hit by pitch in his last at-bat, walked in his first at-bat. Pickoff throw, Carson Dunn on base for a second time. Last time he was picked off. The Nuggets have probably watched some game film. They know that Carson Dunn is a threat to steal as he takes a big lead out there. Throw to the plate. Breaking ball is chopped down the third base line for Cade Johnson. Dunn will hold at second base. Doc Stewart still nobody out. They've got runners at first and second. 3 straight hits to start things off here in the 5th. Brings up Daniel Withers. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Davis Carr was an honorable mention all-league utility player for the Black Tornado this year during the spring in the Southwest Conference, earning that honorable mention honor. Graduating this spring, class of 2023. Line drive shot to center field, drops in. Carson Dunn heading to third. They're going to put the brakes on late. Bases are loaded for the Docs with nobody out. And Daniel Withers, third time through the lineup here. And the Docs appear to be starting to figure out Davis Carr a little bit. Withers with a base hit. Bases loaded, nobody out, and I thought we were going to get a visit to the mound there. It looks like we just had Kellen Willer walking back to his spot. He's not one of the coaches. He's the first baseman. Evan Martin will bat. Martin had a double to lead off the 4th inning. He'll take the breaking ball low and outside. Doc Stewart's wearing the black tops here today, the cream trousers with the blue stirrup socks. Numbers in blue outlined in orange on the front and the back of the jerseys. Red on the other side for the Nuggets. With the white pants as a pitch inside. 2-0 count. Again, a reminder, no video stream. The video stream usually brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. No video stream for this one. We might give it an attempt here coming up. As time called, out to talk with the catcher comes, I believe, Coach Clay Reese for the Nuggets. We might give it a try in Game 2. I might even try to see if I can get Game 1 up and running. We've just been having some difficulties with our cell phone provider and getting enough on our internet speeds to get that up and running. So we've posted it on our Facebook page, on the Doc Stewart's Facebook page, and I even shared it on my own Facebook page. So hopefully the message is getting out there, but please help folks find the radio broadcast of tonight's game, and we'll see if we can maybe get the video stream up and running. A pitch outside, 3-0 count. Evan Martin, 3 balls, no strikes. There's bases loaded, so nowhere to put him. Doc Stewart's trying to grab the lead. A strike across on the 3-0 pitch to Martin. Evan Martin trying to give the Docs the lead. They've tied it up here in the 5th after giving up the lead in the bottom of the 4th. The 3-1 pitch, popped foul out of play. Martin will have himself a full count. Evan Martin 1 for 2 in the game with a double back in the 4th. Three-two pitch, bases loaded with nobody out here in the 5th. Already 1 run in so far for the Docs. That ball goes right side. That's some trouble. That's towards the line. It'll drop fair. A base hit. 1 run will score, and everybody else up 90 feet.
Doc Stewart's take the lead on a bloop Texas leaguer down the right field line for Evan Martin. He picks up the RBI. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Doc Stewart's in front. They've had a base hit for the first 5 batters. A double to lead it off by Brooks Avery, and then it's been single, 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 single. And the Doc Stewarts have scored 2 here in the 5th. Logan Anderson is 1 for 1. He had a single and a sac bunt. Takes a strike from Davis Carr to start things off here in his 3rd at-bat. Wind is blowing out to center field right now here at Reinert Volunteer Park. Just, I think, 380 to center field. It's a ground ball up the middle. Could be 2. Rapp flips it to Diotti. Throw to first is offline. They'll only get 1. Docs will score a run. And Logan Anderson is on with the fielder's choice. Out at second base, Rapp was not that far from the bag. Flipped it there pretty quickly. Diotti's relay to first offline. Coming off the bag, Kellen Willer making sure that would be offline. And he made sure that he got in front of that one. So out at second base was Evan Martin. Anderson, an RBI. With the fielder's choice. Scoring was Cade Johnson and Daniel Withers to third. So there is 1 out. Runners at first and third. Strike on the first pitch to Sebastian Watson, who is 0 for 2 in this ball game. Runner going from first. That ball belted out to left field. Long run for Jace Elzy. He will get to it in the corner. Back to first will have to go Logan Anderson, but tagging and scoring will be Daniel Withers. Doc Stewarts will add another run. They are on top now 4-1. And a sac fly for Sebastian Watson. 2 down. Watson picks up the RBI, his first of the game. Anderson back at first. He was running on the play, so he had to tag second and head back to first. Long way to go after that catch deep in the left field corner. Knox Hubbard bats. He is 1 for 1 in the game with a walk and a single. He takes high for ball 1. The runner going, pitch low and inside for a strike. Throw to second base, almost hits Logan Anderson. He goes into second, standing up. The throw tails away towards the second base side of the bag. And Anderson running in, almost got hit. I think he was worried about a possible collision with the second baseman. Or the shortstop, I think actually it was. Kellen Rapp running over to try and cover there. A 1-1 count. Hubbard takes low. 2 balls and a strike. So stolen base for Logan Anderson puts him in scoring position with 2 away. Base hit could add another. Doc's leading at 4-1 here in the top of the 5th. Grabbing the lead with 4 runs here in the 5th inning. Strike taken on the outside corner. 2-2 the count. Knox Hubbard, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away and a man at second. Top of the 5th inning, Doc Stewart's grabbing the lead. Gets around on a ball down the right field side. Just that one just going foul down that right field line. It'll stay a 2-2 count. Tough to see the foul line in the grass from up here in the booth. But I think I got to look at it. And that one was fouled by maybe about 10 feet or so. Not by a lot, but off the bat, it looked like it was a possible ball down the line for Knox Hubbard. Hubbs, this time he'll put it into fair territory. A 1-hopper to right field. Cole Carnes fields and throws in. It's cut off at first. The runner will hold at third. Anderson will only make it 90 feet. Hubbard has his second base hit
And there's runners on the corners once again for the Doc Stewarts. With 2 outs, they look to try and keep the scoring frenzy going here in the 5th. They've put 4 runs on the board, lead it by 3 over Grants Pass in the top of the 5th inning. Drew Camp, the 9-hitter, up to bat. He is the 9th man up to the plate for the Doc Stewarts here in the 5th, trying to send it back to the top of the order. Camp is 0 for 2 in the game. He gets underneath one, out towards the alley. That ball going to hang up long enough, though, for Caden Cooner to run underneath it. Final out made. Doc Stewart send 9 hitters to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. They'll score 4 runs on 6 hits. There were no errors for the Nuggets and 2 men left on base for the Doc Stewarts. 4-1 our score as we go to the bottom, the bottom of the 5th inning here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. So Logan Anderson with Cade Johnson at third, Daniel Withers at second. Just 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Gets underneath the ball, fouled away over the right side, out of play. Anderson still battling in there against Carr. Carr will set. That's high for ball 4. Walk issued to Logan Anderson. Second walk, make that 3rd walk here in the 6th. 5th walk in the ball game. And now we'll get a visit out to the mound, and we will get a pitching change. Again, it's brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Let's take the timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Are taking on the Grants Pass Nuggets. It's a 6-1 ball game here in the top of the 6th as we get a call to the pen and a change on the mound for the Nuggets. A right-hander taking over. Out there throwing will be, of course, a number I don't have on the roster I was provided. So we'll try to figure that one out. Number 15 out there. Doc Stewart's Baseball here on the score, brought to you by our friends at Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a refreshing, delicious Pepsi today. So let's see here. I don't have the name on the game changer either, updated there. So new man on the mound, he's going to inherit runners at every base. A 6-1 deficit for the Nuggets at the moment. There is 1 out. And the Doc Stewarts have Sebastian Watson coming up to hit. So Watson will stand in. He is 0 for 2 in the game. Looking to try and drive in a run for a second time. He drove in one with a sac fly back in the 5th. Takes the first pitch low and outside from the new man on the mound. Hall. Sequoia Hall, it looks like we are putting that down as the new pitcher on the mound. Pitch low. Sequoia, obviously a tree. We know that much here growing up in the Pacific Northwest, but very interesting. Just the word itself is very interesting to spell. A lot of vowels in there. Ground ball right side. It is cut off by the second baseman. Throw to home to get the out there. And coming up with the play, Diotti will get it to A.J. Elzy behind the plate. Watson will get on with a fielder's choice. Anderson to second, Withers to third, but out at home was Cade Johnson. 4-2 the put out, 2 away. Knox Hubbard will bat with 2 outs and runners at every base on the infield. Knox is 2 for 2 in the game, pair of singles and a walk. Hall's first delivery hits the outside corner for a called strike. First time facing the new man for Knox Hubbard. Davis Carr goes 6 1/3. Sorry, make that 5 1/3 in tonight's ball game. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Bases loaded. Knox, grounder right side, will get through into right field. 1 run will score. RBI single for Knox Hubbard, his 3rd hit in the ballgame. Withers scored easily, a nice little jog to the plate. Up to third goes Anderson, Watson to second, and the Doc Stewarts will make it 7-1. Still 2 away and bases loaded. First pitch swinging now for Drew Camp. A bounder ball up the middle, goes off the glove for the shortstop. 1 run in, 2 runs in. Trying to get to third, knocks Hubbard in safely. And a cloud of dust. He'll get in there. Camp will be on at first after the fielding error. 2 runs will come in to score. That is another error for the Nuggets here in the 6th inning. I believe their 4th error. And the Doc Stewarts now with 5 runs across here in the 6th inning. They lead it 9-1. Runners on the corners. Back to the top of the order. Brooks Avery will bat for a second time here in the 6th. Wind blowing out right now here in Grants Pass. Looking a little breezy as that ball fouled away by Avery. American flag in dead center field is going straight out. We'll see see some balls go out from time to time here. You can see all the trees beyond the outfield fence just all breezing around quite a bit out there. 0-1 pitch here for Avery from Sequoia Hall, who is taking over on the mound. Runner going from first, ground ball chopper, third base side foul. Strike 2 for Avery. Back to first will go Camp. Runners on the corners with 2 down. Doc Stewart's trying to snap their 4-game losing streak and get a game under 500. In league play, go to 4-5, looking to get back to 500 here with a pair of wins tonight. Pitch is high, into second base goes Camp. Not a lot of concern there behind the plate by the catcher A.J. Elzy. So Camp gets into second base with 2 outs. A 1-2 count against Brooks Avery. Throw in. Line drive goes right to the third baseman for the final out here in the 6th. Line out for the Doc Stewarts, but they send 10 hitters to the plate and score 5 more runs to take a 9-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Evan Corbin wasting no time after a lot of time in the dugout. He's ready to get going again here in the bottom of the 6th. He'll miss just outside for ball 1 to Cole Carnes, who will lead things off for Grants Pass, trailing 9-1 against the Doc Stewarts. High and inside, a 2-0 count. Well, I had all these notes to get to, but honestly, the technical issues we've been struggling through here today have thrown me completely off as a pitch outside, 3-0 for Carnes. But the home run derby going on today, the Major League Baseball draft as well. A lot of news and notes around baseball. A 4-pitch walk issued to start things off in the 6th inning. That's very uncharacteristic for Evan Corbin, issuing his first walk of the game on 4 straight pitches. Puts a man on with nobody out. 8-run lead for the Doc Stewarts. Kellen Willer, the first baseman, will bat. He is 1 for 2. Corbin working out of his stretch. Gets him to pop up. Shallow into the outfield grass, center field. It'll be Logan Anderson that takes it away from Carson Dunn for the first out. 1 away, Alex A.J. Elzy will bat. Heard that, unfortunately, Adley Rutschman, former Oregon State Beaver, playing here in the Pacific Northwest in the home run derby, apparently did not advance. As a ball to second baseman Logan Anderson. He catches as A.J. Elzy will fly out. That's a couple of fly ball outs to Anderson so far. 1 on the infield dirt, 1 in the outfield grass. Ryan Diotti will bat. He's 0 for 1 with a sac bunt his last time up. He helped manufacture the 1 run in the game for the Nuggets back in the 4th. Rutschman was going against Luis Robert Jr. from the Chicago White Sox. Julio Rodriguez for the Seattle Mariners, taking on Pete Alonso from the New York Mets. First pitch misses, ball 1 here to Diotti. Actually, Diotti was scheduled to hit. He got a right-handed hitter at the plate now. Pops one up. This ball out to center field. It's caught by Carson Dunn for the final out of the 6th inning. A leadoff walk, no problem, as Evan Corbin responds by getting the next 3 batters. No runs, no hits, no errors. The 1 man left on after a pinch hit there for the new man at the plate, Dane Kissel, flying out to center field. We are through 6 innings of play. It's 9-1. Doc Stewart's leading here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met. and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the 7th inning, Doc Stewart's baseball on the score, brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Well, it looks like the hometown kid, Julio Rodriguez, for the Seattle Mariners, has upset Pete Alonso for a second year in a row, knocking out the number 2 seed in the home run derby here tonight. That's good for the hometown crowd. Get another call to the pen, it looks like, for the Nuggets as we go to the 7th inning. Doc Stewarts are leading this one 9-1. New man on the mound will be Caden Kunert. Kunert will take over for Sequoia Hall, who pitched 2/3 of an inning. Kunert moves in from center field, so taking over in center will be the starting pitcher. Davis Carr is out in center now. So new man on the mound again for the Nuggets. It will be Carson Dunn, Cade Johnson, and Daniel Withers due up to face off against Caden Kunert, who was a first-team All-State outfielder for Hidden Valley. Will be a senior this next year for the Mustangs. Carson Dunn at the plate, 1 for 3 in this game. He has scored twice and has an RBI. Puts one in the air out towards center field on the run. Davis Carr will track it down just in front of the warning track. 1 away as that ball started tailing towards the alley a little bit. I was hoping it might get a little help from the wind to get over the outfield, but did not quite carry enough for Dunn, who is out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. Tonight's game also brought to you by Colorcraft. They're a paint store. They're not a paint department. 1 out, Cade Johnson batting. He is 2 for 2 in the game. A couple of singles. He's also been walked and hit by a pitch, and he'll take a pitch low for ball 1. Major League Baseball draft going. A couple of high school players from the state of Oregon taken in the first couple of rounds of the draft. But I believe I heard that former Roseburg Indian and former Roseburg Doc Stewart Jay Stoffel selected in the draft here in the 8th round is what I was told. Wanted to see if I could dig that information up. Pitch misses. It is a 3-0 count here for Cade Johnson. Gets around on that inside pitch down the left field side. Foul. 3-man crew out there for us. So you got a guy down each foul line, and that one read down that left field line, just foul. I think I was looking at the wrong line, thinking that that was fair. There's a mow line down there on the left side. So on the 3-0 pitch, there's ball 4 now for Cade Johnson. So man at first with 1 away after the walk to Johnson. First walk for Kunert. Second walk of the game for Cade Johnson. So 1 on, 1 away.
Johnson almost got around on that inside pitch and drilled it down the line. First pitch, swing and a miss for Daniel Withers on a breaking ball that disappeared low. Oh, 1 count. Pickoff throw to first. It's a lefty on the mound, Coonard out there. So the pickoff throw to first. He's got the natural look that way. Oregon Ducks matching a program record with 4 Ducks drafted in the top 10 rounds. Chase Stoffel was one of those. Chase Stoffel going in round 8, pick 237 to the Minnesota Twins. So 0-1 pitch, line drive, caught at the ankles by the shortstop, Kellen Rapp. The throw to first will double off Cade Johnson, who was sprinting to second and had no chance to try and get back to the bag. So the Doc Stewarts get knocked out here in the top of the 7th inning on a double play as Daniel Withers lines out to the shortstop for the second out, and then they get Cade Johnson doubled off at first for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for the Docs in the 7th, but they hang on to a 9-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
First pitch, swinging of the 7th inning, a fly ball out to left field just in front of Sebastian Watson, who might have lost it at the last second in the sun. I looked up as he shaded his eyes, and that ball dropped just in front of him. He might have had a chance with perfect conditions, but that ball was dying right in front of him. Some top spin for a base hit to lead things off for Kellen Rapp, the shortstop. First pitch in, strike 1 with 1 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. The Nuggets needing 8 runs to try and tie this one up in game 1 of our doubleheader. Ball popped up. This ball on the infield. It's Cade Johnson who will make it. I think that there was some confusion out there, a little bamboozled for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the 7th with the sun playing in effect on the left side of that diamond. Cade Johnson, thankfully, he saw it, but it looked like Brooks Avery and Logan Anderson might have been looking for that one. 1 away with a man at first, swing and a miss. So a single for Kellen Rapp, who led off the frame. Davis Carr follows with a pop fly on the infield. The 0-1 pitch just missing inside now to Jace Elzy. Corbin misses outside, scooped up, no, gets by, knocks Hubbard behind the plate, out to second base. Will go Kellen Rapp on the wild pitch. Hubbard trying to backhand that one, stabbed at it, hit the glove, but he couldn't field it cleanly. So into second base will go Kellen Rapp. Jace Elzy at the plate with an 0-for-2 day going at the moment. Docs Baseball brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine, now open with their new facility in Sutherland. Check out just below the golf course with state-of-the-art family medicine, urgent care, and lab services. Jay Selzy with a man at second base and one away. Has a 2-1 count from Corbin. He'll hit the outside corner, and Corbin finds his way back in with a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch from Corbin. Misses low and outside, goes off the glove, heading for third. Will go Kellen Rapp. Pass ball there. That ball didn't get into the dirt, but it was low and outside, kind of crossed up. Knocks Hubbard a little bit. High and inside, and got him to 2 strikes, but a walk issued by Evan Corbin, his second walk of the ball game. Puts runners on the corners with 1 away. Top of the order here, Anthony Pesqueda will get a chance to bat for a 4th time in the ball game. He's 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch his last time up. Gets a line drive shot to left field, and the Nuggets not going to go down quietly here in the 7th. They get 1 run across on the 1-out single by Anthony Pesqueda. Picks up his first base hit of the game. An RBI single to left field. Coming in to score, Kellen Rapp. And Jay Selzy goes to second. Runners at first and second. 1 out. First pitch swinging. A pop fly, shallow left field. Going out. Brooks Avery can't make the catch over the top of his head. Throw to third. Will get away from Cade Johnson. They could have had the force out at third. But the ball one-hopped in on the throw by Sebastian Watson. And it one-hopped into Cade Johnson and got away from him, so the bases are now loaded, 1 out. A bloop single to left field for Caden Kunert. And he will load up the bases. Again, I think a ball that maybe in perfect conditions the Doc Stewarts make a grab as they visit out to the mound for Coach A.J. Doolittle. I think in perfect conditions the Docs make a grab there, but battling the sun and maybe a little help from the wind, that ball just carried enough to get over Brooks Avery into shallow left field. Sebastian Watson came charging in, but wasn't going to have enough time to get there. Avery did everything he could to try and get that ball into the webbing, but it was just out of his reach as he went tailing back into left field. So bases loaded with 1 out. Docs need a double play ball here. Evan Corbin delivers a breaking ball low and inside for ball 1 to Cole Carnes, another lefty at the plate. After Caden Kunert, the lefty, on that bloop single to left. The 1-0 pitch, called strike 1. Stick around when this game goes final. We'll have your Neal Company Real Estate postgame show to recap this one. It's a ball hit to left field. It's going to drop in front of Watson. 1 run comes in, and the Nuggets, they're making it a game of it here. Second hit of the game for Carnes, picks up his first RBI. Bases loaded still as coming in to score Jay Selzy. Second run in for the Nuggets here in the 7th, still 1 out. They trail by 6. First pitch swinging, a flare out towards right field, long run. Drew Camp makes the catch. Everybody holds. The runner at third doesn't come in to score, but the ball will bounce away, and in to score will come a run. And it's Braxton Dill back behind the plate here, not Knox Hubbard anymore. Not sure when that change was made, but it's now Braxton Dill back there here in the 7th. The ball hit on the natural, or the grass, actual grass turf here, and took a weird sideways hop and got away from Dill and rolled to the backstop. Evan Corbett wasn't back there to back it up, and so the run comes in to score. There's 2 down. First pitch, strike 1. It's 9-4 as 3 runs come in here. Pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Dill. Braxton Dill is not caught this season for the Docs. He played mostly in the outfield, but he did catch at Glide High School when he was out there, a senior in 2022. Line drive, fly ball out to center field, drifting back. Carson Dunn's there to put away Kellen Willer for the final out here in the 7th. So 3 runs come in for the Nuggets on 3, make that 4 hits against Evan Corbin. There was 1 Doc Stewart error, 2 men left on base, but the Doc Stewarts, that was Alex Elzy that flew out, A.J. Elzy that flew out to center field for the final out. 8 hitters to the plate. And the Doc Stewarts give up a few, but they hang on for the win. So the ball game comes to an end. And the Doc Stewarts will get a 9-4 victory on top of the Grants Pass Nuggets. And we will go ahead and take a 2.5-minute timeout as we put all the numbers together and come back with your Neal Company Real Estate post-game show here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact.
Back here at Reinhardt Volunteer Park in Grants Pass, where the Doc Stewarts will pick up the victory, 9-4, your final score in this one. The Nuggets getting a few late runs, but not enough to get them back into the ball game. Looking at the final numbers, 9 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, 10 men left on base. Grants Pass, 4 runs on 9 hits, 4 errors, and 7 men left on. Getting the win will be Evan Corbin. Taking the loss will be Davis Carr. Corbin goes all 7 innings, gives up 4 runs, 3 earned on 9 hits, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. He had 1 hit batter in there as well. Carr, taking the loss, goes 5 1/3 innings, gave up 11 hits. He is credited with all but 1 of the runs, so 9 runs to his total, 5 walks. He finished with 4 strikeouts and 2 hit batters. Doc Stewarts will improve to 13-1 on the year, now 4-5 in league play. They snap a 4-game losing streak. Grants Pass now with a 6-game losing streak. They are now 4-18 on the year and 0-9 in league play. So the Doc Stewarts hoping to make up some ground and claw in a little bit closer to the teams at the top of the Area 4 standings and see if they can, after today's games, move back into a tie with Klamath Falls. Klamath Falls went to 500 after their sweep of Grants Pass over the weekend. And so Klamath Falls have 500 in league play. Docs were a couple of games below, so they're looking to get back in there and tie up with Klamath Falls with a sweep here today. Doc Stewarts fell behind 1-0 after the 4th inning as Grants Pass would score on a sac fly by Kellen Rapp to make it 1-0. But in the top of the 5th inning, Doc Stewarts would tie the game and then take the lead for good. The Docs would score 4 runs on 6 hits in the 5th inning. They started off with the top of the order, double by Brooks Avery, followed by single, and the Doc Stewarts would start putting runs on the board. Evan Martin with an RBI single, Logan Anderson an RBI fielder's choice, Sebastian Watson with an RBI sac fly as the Doc Stewarts would get some runs on the board. Also Carson Dunn with an RBI single in there as well. That put the Docs in front. They would add 5 runs on 2 hits and 4 errors in the 6th inning as they would put the game out of reach for the Nuggets. The Nuggets get 3 runs back in the bottom of the 7th as they threaten, send 8 hitters to the plate. They score 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 Docs error, but they fall short on their comeback effort. Doc Stewarts get the 9-4 victory. We'll take another break. When we come back, we will look at more of the individual numbers from the first one of this game, this doubleheader. It is your Neal Company Real Estate postgame show. You can find out available properties and available rentals by going to nealco.com to check it out there. We'll take the time out and come back with more of the Neal Company Real Estate postgame show on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Doc Stewarts get the win in Game 1 as we welcome you back to the the Neal Company Real Estate post-game show as the Doc Stewarts get a win 9-4 on top of the the Nuggets. Too many things thinking at once here. And the Doc Stewarts will get the win and snap their 4-game losing streak. Taking a look at some of the numbers here again, Evan Corbin with the win on the mound, 7 innings, 9 hits allowed, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 hit batter. Davis Carr takes a loss, 5 1/3 innings, gave up 9 runs on 11 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. Those are probably not all earned runs. In fact, I'm guaranteeing it. 4 errors in the 6th inning, allowing 5 runs that frame. I'm sure that there are many unearned runs in there, but I'm a little bit lacking on some of the brain power to figure that out here at the moment. Also pitching today, Sequoia Hall and Caden Cooner in Game 1. They combined to finish out the final inning in 2/3. They give up 1 unearned run on 1 hit, 1 walk, no strikeouts for the pair there. Taking a look at offensive numbers, just putting these together here. Brooks Avery ends up with a pair of hits. He had a single and a double. He scores twice in 4 at-bats. No RBI for him. Carson Dunn ends up with 4 at-bats. He scores 2 runs, had 1 hit and 1 RBI. So he goes 1 for 4. Cade Johnson goes 2 for 2 in this game with a pair of singles. He was walked twice and hit once. No RBIs. He did score a run. Daniel Withers goes 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored. And no RBIs for Withers. Evan Martin was 2 for 4 in the game with a double. He had an RBI. Logan Anderson was 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. He had a sac bunt in there, drove in a run on a fielder's choice. Sebastian Watson was 0 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI on a sac fly. Knox Hubbard goes 3 for 3 in the game. Doesn't score, drives in a run on a single. He had a walk in there as well. And Drew Camp ends up going 0 for 4 in this one, reaching base twice, once on an error, once on a fielder's choice. On the other side, Anthony Pesqueda goes 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Caden Cooner was 3 for 4. Cole Carnes 2 for 3 with an RBI. Kellen Willer 1 for 4. AJ LZ goes 1 for 4 with a run scored. Other highlights, Kellen Rapp 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. And Jace LZ was 0 for 2 but scored a run after reaching on a walk. So that's a look at the notables here from Game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll have Game 2 coming up. That's going to wrap up the Neal Company Real Estate post-game show. Again, check out available properties and rentals at nealco.com. We tried out the video stream, still not having it work, so you're going to have to just deal with an audio-only broadcast for Game 2. Now that we got one game in the book, we've settled on with the video stream stuff. We're going to just kind of try to shoot straight forward and try and focus in for our nightcap of the broadcast, and hopefully things will go smooth. We'll have the games. We will post the videos on our YouTube channel later tonight as when I get back home into Wi-Fi range. We'll post those videos, so if you wanted to go back and watch them, you could. We'll have that all figured out here later on this evening. But unfortunately, tonight, no live video stream there. But we will have broadcasts of game number 2. And in fact, we'll start it off when we come back after this, coming up a 2-minute timeout here. And when we come back, we will have the interview with Evan Martin for you as we continue our series of player interviews with the Doc Stewarts here this season. I'm Joey Kieran. Thanks, everybody, for putting up with some of the difficulties to start this one out. Docs get a big win. We'll see if they can pull off the sweep on the road when we come back on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.